Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, hasham, Yahawashi, Bakata Yahawah, Bakata Yahawashi, Bakata Yahawah, Bakata Yahawashi, Bakata Yahawah, Bakata Yahawashi, Bakata Yahawah, Bakata Yahawashi. All praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahawah, hasham, Yahawashi. Yahawah is the true name of the Most High God, and Yahawashi the true name of the world, if the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And double honors unto the elders and apostles, a great millstone. And pretty much I wanted to get into today is on the topic. Shrimp. When it comes to eating shrimp and crabs and stuff like that, because this place being America promotes that, promotes it, promotes eating shrimp and crab, but according to the Bible, we're not supposed to eat stuff like that, stuff like pigs, pork and stuff and things like that, shrimp and crab, we're not supposed to eat that stuff because that stuff is disgusting, it's an unclean food, and I'm just gonna get straight into it, because this place being America promotes that to our people a lot, they set up stores and stuff like crabs and shrimp stores, bacon stores and all that, and baconators and all that, and our people eat it, but we're not supposed to eat that because it's disgusting, and what happens when you eat a lot of it, or you just eat some of it, you get sick, a straight trip to the hospital, what happens if you stay eating those crabs and those shrimp, those crabs, next thing you know, you're on a stretcher, on the way to the hospital, and I'm gonna get into the scriptures say that the Most High says that the foods like that are unclean, but later I'm gonna play a video, just for further edification, but I'm gonna get straight into it. This is Leviticus 11 and 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters and the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Leviticus 11 and 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of anything which is in the waters, there shall be an abomination unto you. And there shall be even an abomination unto you. You shall not eat of the flesh, but you shall have the carcasses and abomination. So yeah, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read it again. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Yeah, so pretty much, and all that have not fins and scales, if all that have not fins and scales in the seas and the rivers, pretty much, saying whatever is not a fish, whatever is not a fish, because in the previous verse it says, whatsoever that has fins and scales in the water, that you can eat, so pretty much a fish, a simple, a regular fish, you can eat that, but if anything that's not of a fish, like a crab or a lobster or something like that, and those are something you can't eat, you see, shellfish, anything without fins or scales, pretty much a crab, and pork as well. You can't, according to the Bible, you can't eat that either, these are, all unclean foods, and I try to play a video to further edify it, Thanks to shrimp, these waters stay fresh and clean. Short film showcase.
The first time I saw it, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like the fauna was completely different than anything I'd seen before. When you get 8 or 10 species all in a small pool, still coexisting, and they're all shrimp or crabs, it's like, well, how do they do that? How do they split up the resources? How do they share things? And so they all have their job, feeding, filter feeding, they're taking particles out of the water, they're picking on all of the things that they can feed on. So there are all these things that process organic material, especially leaf litter, and there's a lot of it every day, and some months an enormous amount, and certainly after hurricanes, huge amounts of litter coming in to feed the food web. And it works, and it's been really resilient. If you put out a trap, one of the ways that we sample our shrimp, and you pull it up and you see hundreds, literally hundreds in each trap, people's eyes light up and say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of shrimp. Yeah, and they're doing a lot of work. The kinds of places where the shrimp like to be are exactly the same places where the people like to be. The reason that they like the same places that our shrimp do is that the shrimp are keeping it clean. And they're sweeping off the sediment from the bottom. They're turning.
Yeah, you see, the shrimp are always keeping the water clean. The guy just said that where those shrimp like to be is where a lot of those people like to be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people like to jump in the water and be at. You know what I'm saying? And that's like dirty water right there, you know what I'm saying? People piss in the water, you know what I'm saying? People bring all type of diseases in the water, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they put on them, you know what I'm saying? Like deodorant or something or whatever it is. What that carries inside the water. The water's already dirty because the fish already dirty it up, with just pissed in the water or shit in the water, you know what I'm saying? But then you got people that jump in the water and they carry stuff inside the water too. So what these shrimp do, they filter it. They filter the water. And when you filter something, what do? You clean it. You clean it because it's dirty. The water is dirty, and the shrimp and the crab they filter it. They clean the water. You know what I'm saying? So these people out here that that are eating shrimp and crab, they're eating something that cleans. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? They're eating something that consumes dirt and that cleans up something. You know what I'm saying? And the Edomite cracker, he knows this. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna continue to further push it. That's why he has restaurant set up like this. Restaurant set up out here to push eating crab and lobster and pork and stuff like that, And the same thing with pigs too, you know what I'm saying? Pork. And those pigs, man, will eat anything, alright? I saw a video where there was a farmer and he put some vegetables in front of the pigs, right? And they ate it, They ate it. But before they got done eating the vegetables, he put some meat down or something. It was something, I forgot what it was, but he put some type of meat down there in front of him, and he started eating the vegetables, and they went to the meat, and that meat had a lot of maggots in it, you know what I'm saying? And they just ate it, you know what I'm saying? And they just ate it. The pigs just ate it up, you know what I'm saying? These pigs eat anything, man. And the same with shrimp and lobster. So yeah, there's unclean foods that according to the Bible, according to the Most High, that we're not supposed to eat. You know what I'm saying? And the Edomite man knows this, but he's gonna push this on us anyway for us to eat. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna pay for that.
Putting a lot of that material into their own bodies, and that the shrimp are able to use a lot of things that would otherwise pile up and be kind of slimy and not very attractive to swimmers. And so all that sweeping and all that movement that they do is really keeping things great for recreation. And these shrimp do clean up the water. They're filter feeding out a lot of organic material and turning it into shrimp, which turns into fish food and various other kind of things within the food web. And they're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at no cost to Puerto Rico. In order for this system to work in the mountains and for water quality to be available and clean to the public outside the forest, outside the mountains, we really have to have connectivity. We have to have a really good way for shrimp to migrate upstream and downstream. Same with the fishes, same with the snails. When you start planning, where do you divert the water? And do you have a dam in the channel or a reservoir off channel? Those are important decisions for maintaining these species. So we're hoping that more and more people appreciate what is living in the river and start to think about, well, how can we keep it that way? Because it does provide a lot of important ecosystem services, as we call them.
Yeah, so that was pretty much it on the video. That was pretty much it on the topic, what I want to discuss. So pretty much, foods like, shrimp, lobster, crab, pork, pigs, things like that, stuff, a food according to the Bible that we're not supposed to eat. You know what I'm saying? It's not good for us, it's not healthy for us. It's gonna further make us sick if we do eat it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was pretty much it on the video, All praises and glory, I give all praises, glory, honor unto Yahawah or Yahawashi and Shalom.